Long time no see, guys. So I finally got a bigger bed, and that's why I'm not pointed at my tree tapestry anymore. But maybe I'll switch back because this is kind of uncomfortable. But this video is about how to rewire your DNA and going through my ascension process and my descension process, where I was like thrust into this darkness, and battled a lot of demons and stuff. I developed like severe OCD and anxiety, and hopefully I'm in the picture in the frame right now. But doing that really, really, really sucked. Like OCD is the worst. It's like you can't control your thoughts, and you just think of like it's like you get intrusive thoughts and can't control your intrusive thoughts like all the time. At least that's what my symptoms were. But the way that I fixed it, and you might have to be fully merged with your light body to do this, which I did that by meditating my ass off. I connected with Odin's energy, but it was really the energy of Sirius at this one point. And then he would send me this wave of energy that was from Sirius, the star, the next, like I've talked about the layers of consciousness in our galaxy, how Sirius is the bridge between the next layer of consciousness, the next octave of energy. So Odin sent that through my body one time, and he told me to sit for 2 days, and I sat for 2 days, and then I saw Thoth come into the room, and I remote viewed myself and saw Thoth like standing in front of me, and he handed me this like astral potion to drink, and I drank this astral potion, and then after that I was fully merged with my light body and had like an epic vision afterwards too. But that's how you fully merge with your light body. I was meditating underneath like an isosceles like Nubian pyramid the whole time, made out of copper too. So if you guys really want to merge with your light body, you might uh, ask ask the lords of light and the lords of darkness, because to reach that next octave of energy, I have a very strong feeling that you need to experience darkness. So that's a thing here. But what I was getting at is once I fully merged with my light body, I started. So I had this one vision a long time ago where I astral projected, and when I astral projected, I had only 3 fingers. Like I remember trying to spread out my fingers, and I was like, ah! Inside my room, like floating around. I've only astral projected like that, like less than 5 times. I astral projected in a different way, where I just flash to a location really quickly. It's not like I slip out of my body uh, and like I'm floating around my room and then I go travel somewhere. It's like I instantaneously transport somewhere. But anyway, back to the point. When I had this vision of, or when I had this astral experience of this ET being that I am, with these 3 fingers, I was like, whoa, that's probably like what my higher self is like. And then I started playing around with the idea of this ET kind of like I want to say that's like your God consciousness astral body, because I've seen Thoth in that body before too, and other beings. But even though they have like a human form, they also have this form. And Thoth's is, I want to say, is like 50 feet tall, maybe a little less, like 40 or 50 feet tall. But he has like 3 fingers and like big bug eyes, And I played with this idea that this part of me was standing right behind me, and kind of that's like who the director of my life really is that higher self me. And then I was like, what if I could reach those 3 long fingers inside of my brain and start like rewiring things inside my brain to like have less anxiety, don't like not get an adrenaline rush, And so I did, and immediately I like found this thing where it's like you reach into your brain and you select uh, these different points in your brain, you do it physically in different locations of your brain. Like you can find almost like dead spots, or I called them, when I was doing it, I called them hornet's nests of these like OCD spots in my brain, or these spots of anxiety that were like really, your brain is like plastic, and if you keep experiencing OCD and experiencing anxiety, you're kind of molding your brain to experience that more. And these little hornets nests I was able to find in my brain, like these spots of inactivity almost, and rewire them. And it was like, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's so important, guys. Like, this method transformed my entire life, my entire ascension process. I'm like at such a blissful state now because of it, and because of the masters that have been helping me along the way. And like I know that I wouldn't have come up with this idea on my own if I hadn't had these masters behind me helping me. Um, yeah, it's like you use this higher self version of yours to like reach into your brain and start like almost typing like like really fast on all these different brain cells. And that's what it's really doing. It's like removing and transforming these brain cells that are inside of your brain. And yeah, I think you might have to be fully merged with your light body to do it. Sorry, but yeah, it takes a big step. And then I took it a step further, and I did my whole brain, right? And like rewired all this stuff in my brain, but I was still physically feeling sensations of anxiety, like in my heart chakra, and I was still getting like an adrenaline rush from some things from like PTSD. I would get like PTSD triggers that would give me this huge adrenaline dump. And I like did the same thing. I went into my adrenal glands, and another really good thing to do is ask the masters to come behind your higher self and like assist your higher self with this too. Like ask the archangels, or like Metatron and Michael, to especially Michael, because he's one of his big missions is to remove fear from this planet. And that's basically what you're doing. You're going into, like, I went into my adrenal glands too, and like started typing away, and like kind of like using my astral fingers to like cleanse this old DNA of like adrenaline. And I asked them to basically just completely deactivate my adrenal glands, and since then I haven't had any kind of like panic attacks or anything. And then the last one that I did was on my heart chakra, because I was feeling tightness, especially with this guy, this new guy that I've been talking to. And I was getting like anxiety when I was talking to him, and I was like, I'm gonna try and rewire that too. And it was like this physical sensation on my heart chakra. And your heart chakra has a nerve cluster in it too that's like, I want to say it's your connection with source. Like everybody says, go within. And that, I think that nerve cluster on top of your heart or whatever, I don't know, I think it might be right behind it. But it's like has an intelligence of its own, right? Like your heart knows things that your brain doesn't, and your heart is completely wired into source and wired into truth. So I went in and like started rewiring that. And again, it's like you reach in and start like, you select first. You have to mentally mentally select the sensation, or like those thoughts that trigger those things, and then you go in and type over those triggers and thoughts, but like astrally in your body. And you're again you're hitting these nerve clusters, and that's the big part of like your body that has to deal with your astral body connecting with your physical body, is these neural pathways and nerve clusters that go throughout your body and brain. Guys, let me stress again, this is so epic. It's such an epic thing to realize how to do, though, when you finally do it, and like you've gone through OCD, and like I've cured my OCD and my anxiety, and it's just like fucking amazing to go all the way down into this like pit of horror and darkness, and then to rise above it fully and like be the be the architect of your own body again and be like the master of your own mind again. It's like such an epic ride, such an epic journey. But yeah, cool. Hope you guys like my little ET. This is a gift somebody gave me. But this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, oh yeah, he only has like 3 fingers. I guess he has a thumb too. I didn't have a thumb, but yeah. Give me a like. Peace. Love